Well guys, we are finally digging into the C10 here. I'm really excited about this. Haven't really touched it since I moved it back here. It's been what, 5 days? 5 days. And so we're gonna start tearing into this thing, taking it apart, and the ultimate goal is to get her down to the frame and somewhat build her back up. So first I kind of want to go over what my plan is for this truck. Obviously it's a C10 and I want it to look good, but this is also going to be a daily driver, so I'm not, and this isn't going to be some $40,000-$50,000 build. So at the end of the day, yes, I want it to look good and be nice, but also I want to be able to drive it around daily and not have to worry about that normal daily wear and tear on it. So that is the ultimate goal, but I still want to bring her down a frame, repair everything on the frame that I don't like, and repair all the body, paint it so it does look really good. And then I am going to be doing an LS swap and a manual. I will be doing an LS swap with a manual trans in it, and probably down the road a turbo, just because I like turbos. Why not? And I think I have my engine and trans sourced out. I got a buddy who says he has pretty much an entire swap that we're going to work out a deal with. So it's nice knowing that the drivetrain is pretty much figured out. So mainly it's just going to be focusing on the looks, the body, and all that fun stuff. So I guess let's start with the front end here. Take off the front end and work our way back. Get to the cab, gut the cab, all that fun stuff. All right, got the front end all taken off. Everything went really good, actually. I only had 3 rusted bolts that kind of fought me, but other than that, everything zipped right off. Rust-wise, the only real like cancerous rust is underneath here on the radiator support. This is actually part of the inner fender. Come over here, you can see there that just came off, so that is obviously rusty, so I'll probably end up getting a new one of those. And then where was it, the passenger side fender, it almost looked like it's been in a little fender bender, possibly. I don't know, it's hard to tell with these older pieces because the way they were stamped, there's a little more creases than the newer stuff, I've noticed. But overall, everything looks pretty good. I think I'll just have to go through and decide what I want to just buy new. If it's going to be more headache and time trying to repair the rust than it is to just buy, because what's nice with these trucks is you can literally buy any piece and swap them in. So yeah, I'll go through all the body parts and see what's worth keeping or what's worth just buying new. But yeah, everything went pretty well. I guess we can now move on to the cab. I'll have to do that tomorrow because it's getting late. But I'm excited to be tearing into this thing, so I will pick up on this tomorrow and we will dive into the cab. All right, bench seat out. And being 100% honest, I am 99.9 sure this is the exact carpet that was in my parents' basement growing up. At that, I don't know who thinks it's a good idea to put this kind of carpet in a truck. I was actually very nervous about taking the carpet out of this truck, but overall I am actually really impressed with how little rust there is. Over on the driver's side there's a little more, but on this passenger side there's like a tiny bit of surface rust there, tiny bit there. Overall, and I was very nervous about how these not only rockers were going to be, but it looks like they are actually in really good shape, which is excellent news. Step over to the driver's side real fast. I don't know how, yeah, I don't know if we'll have to, there's definitely a little more rust here, but I don't know, might be pretty solid, which I am ecstatic about because, oh, there's a rust hole. Looks like that is where the butt, luckily it might be on the inside of this rocker panel, so we can fix that. It looks like it was just where that screw was, the screw for this trim piece was put in, which doesn't surprise me since it legit just leads outside, so we'll have to fix that, but hey, I'll take that. That ain't too bad. Looks like there's a hole here for some reason. Several holes. No idea what those are for, so we'll be patching those up, but I can take that. That's not a problem. Coming over the carpet, like I said before, this is no joke. Exact same carpet in my parents' basement growing up, so that's kind of weird. But then, I don't know if they were house carpet people, or they just walked up to a dumpster and said, hey, let's throw this in the truck because this is, no joke, house carpet. Then you come over here and this is, no joke, house carpet padding. And then it gets even weirder. All this was over the transmission tunnel, so I don't know if they were like, man, that's a loud transmission, we got to quiet that up. Let's just throw everything we have at it because we legit have here a back brace. One of these cloth back braces. They're like, oh, it's just not quite there. Hey, take off your back brace. Let's throw that in there too. So, I don't know. I don't know who in their right mind, which I guess it's probably pretty common in the 70s, 80s. But we're definitely not going to be using house carpet for this build. But yeah, overall, going pretty good. Take out the fuel tank because I'm going to be doing a rear mounted fuel tank, and then maybe we can pull the cab off. Well guys, we got the truck disassembled for the most part. So here we have the engine, 350. I believe it's a 3, maybe 4-speed. I don't know what these came with them. Probably 4-speed. Trying to do the shifts. Seems like it might be, I don't know. Automatic transmission. I think it's a 3-speed, and then a 350. I guess one cool thing about these heads are they are the camel hump or double hump heads, which I guess are their more high performance heads. So I don't know exactly what this engine is, but hey, that's what has at least that going for it. But I'm probably just gonna be selling this. I don't need it. I'll just see what I can get for it. Coming over to the frame, pretty much how I expected it. Some surface rust, but overall, good shape. I'll be taking this, get rid of all the rust, do some rust enabler on it and paint it, get it all one color. And then do the lowering springs, and then upgrade all the bushings, all that. So drives like a new truck again. Going on to the bed, kind of is what it is. Surface rust everywhere, but I think what I might end up doing is throwing new side panels on it, just because with something this long, you want it to be as flat as possible when you're painting. And I know even with my car, you can see imperfections, which I was expecting. That was my first time. But with something this long, I don't want you could look down the side and just see waves or Bondo lines or things like that. So I might just spend the extra cash and get new sides on both sides, just because you can get them, and that'll guarantee that it is straight and the paint job will look the best because of that. But I will be taking this bed completely apart, getting rid of all the rust, and then putting it back together after paint. So I don't know, we'll see how much I end up replacing, just because it's a lot easier to just buy them and replace them than it is to spend hours and hours and hours of body work. The cab is actually a little worse condition than I was hoping. There are all these, obviously all the obvious Bondo, but then even from a previous job, there's like 1/8 inch Bondo there, and then this corner has quite a bit of Bondo there. So I don't know if I'll buy a replacement corner and put that in. Wasn't really wanting to get too crazy with the body work, but I also want it to look good and to last. So I don't know, we'll see. Inside, there is a rust hole right there that we will be taking care of. But other than that, it looks fairly good. There's these random holes that people drilled into in the past that I'll be patching up. But overall, the floor looks really good, which is really nice, because floors are one of the main things that can rust out. Other than that, the cab's in decent shape for a 50-year-old truck. So shouldn't be too bad to get this looking good. I might actually just look for a new door that has less Bondo on it already, because as you can see, there's a layer there, and then underneath up here, I think there's a layer, and who knows where else. So it might be easier just to find a new door. I've already found them for under $100, so easier to just buy that and do the little body work to get a new door looking good than it is to spend a bunch of time straightening this. And then I don't know, it's hard for me knowing that there's Bondo under the paint. Like, obviously it takes some to make, obviously it's going to take some to make things look perfect, but I want there to be the least amount as possible, because I want this to be a good truck. I don't want it to be a kind of a ghetto build. I want it to look good and be solid. So the least amount of Bondo I can use, the better. But yeah, made lots of progress today. I'm pumped to just be tearing into this real fast. We will be probably just starting on the frame, continue stripping it down, and then rust enabler, paint, and then move on to the next thing, which will probably be the cab. And then I have an engine and transmission already lined up. I'll probably be picking those up next week. But yeah, super excited. We're making good progress. So yeah, more videos are gonna be coming for this, because I want this to get done as soon as possible. I don't want it to carry on like my car has. I would love to get this done in less than a year. Lots more videos to come, so subscribe so you can keep up with it. And then we have the International, have a fuel pump that came in to put on it. Then Subaru, fuel lines, still waiting on engine parts, but things are making progress. We have lots of vehicles to keep us busy. So thank you guys, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.